Wait, that was crazy. The little taper.
Taper.
Is
Taper.
that?
All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Elemental Strength Podcast. We are back
Woo!
and we are complete
We are complete.
And more.
and more.
Oh yes, and Rusty.
Rusty's very cuddly right now. Okay, we can do the whole episode like this.
We can.
I don't
We'll
mind
give it a
that.
best shot.
Guys, are we excited that we're all together again?
Oh my god, best friends back together again.
Oh yes. How was Sydney?
It was good. No, it was very well run comp. Lots of talent. Like those kids are on another level. Just records
Yeah.
after records. It's actually insane. Yeah, Tina did an amazing job. Her performance was
You did.
very, very impressive. Very proud of her.
Team Champs is fast approaching. I think we're only about 3 weeks out.
Yes.
We're 3 weeks out. Probably less by the time this video comes out. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm really, really excited about this comp.
Last year was popping off. Like everyone was talking about it non-stop in the lead up to it.
Yeah.
Weren't they? Yeah.
Yeah. For those who might not know, do you guys want to maybe introduce what Team Champs is?
So, Team Champs is a team competition where teams of 4 come together, compete together, and wherever they place in their weight class, they score points for their team. And whichever team scores the most points wins. And if any team ties on points, it goes down to average. Well, I guess it'll be GL points this year, not dots this year. So, yeah, that's how it gets. That's how it gets selected. Sorry, I think he was licking his
Yeah.
doo-doo.
And there's been some changes in the rules, starting last year, really, where JP has introduced the challenger bracket and the premier bracket. And we were lucky enough to be part of the premier bracket last year because we did well on our first take on Team Champs in 2023. So pretty much what it is the people that did really well the previous year will be invited to do the premier bracket, to be part of the premier bracket, and then the challenger bracket can sort of like, take the top 4 spot, which will guarantee them to be part of the premier bracket for the year after. And then there might be that other teams that will fall off the premier bracket and then join the challenger bracket the year after, depending on how well they go. So we can talk about our experience because we opened the gym in 2022, right? We opened the gym in 2022, and then we got invited to do Team Champs. There was no challenger bracket and premier bracket then. We decided to join in 2023, and we did really well. Yeah. Do you guys want to talk about your experience? Because you guys were actually part of that team, right?
Yes. It was me, Vinning, Ruby, and Mano. So
Yeah.
I was doing under 100s. This was with USAPL back then.
Mm-hmm.
I was under 100s. Mano was under 90s. Vinning was under
52.
52, and Ruby was under 60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you find that experience? You being part of the team, the athlete representing ESS for the first time.
It was fun. There was that camaraderie. I was more excited to see how you guys did. Especially Mano. That fight for first place, I think. Yeah. Was
Yeah.
so exciting. That was
Definitely had the most stacked weight class for Team Champs that year. And yeah, and I think he was also the oldest person to compete. This is battling against like young guns, up and coming. And yeah, for him to actually come first, I was really proud of him. Yeah.
It was, I think there's definitely a little bit more pressure, like, because you feel the pressure to represent your team well. So there's like the normal level of pressure to compete, in your weight class, but then there's like an added layer of like having to represent your team and wanting to do them proud and like, you know, perform well for your team. So I think that was a good experience for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because it was our first time as representing ESS as well. So
Yeah.
we wanted to like do well and like get our name out there.
Yeah, that year you competed, that was like the rise of Kate Nax, and Kate Nax is like now one of the top 10, I mean, top athletes in Australia right now.
Yeah, going to Worlds as well.
Going to Worlds right this year, and yeah, you competed against her. That's her
Yeah, I
first
did.
comp.
That was her first
yeah.
comp. Yeah.
Yeah, and you had a tight battle with Timothy Wang,
Yes.
right? I remember
yeah.
that.
Yeah, that one was very stressful.
Yeah, because I didn't know of him, right? Like obviously, like I was coaching you, and obviously we were scouting previously, right? We were like looking at other competitions and who's going to be the top competitor, and we've seen him, but I've actually never seen him compete in person.
Yeah. And
And-
his style is just so
Yeah,
unpredictable.
exactly.
Yeah.
For him to actually sort of like just make everything speedy,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
He would like literally shake his arms on the bench press,
yeah.
bring it to his chest, and then
Just throw it off of him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a power bench. You know what I mean? It was scary. I thought he had more, to be honest.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Like after the comp, after his thirds, I was like, damn, like he was a problem. Like he definitely had more in the tank.
Yeah. Because I think everyone was sort of expecting you were the clear favorite that year.
Right.
Yeah, and then Ruby also had a tight battle. I think there was two other people she was competing against. It was Jess Liu and it was Natalie Jenner, representing Hustler. And yeah, she came second. I think that was sort of expected. Like Jess Liu is obviously a phenomenal bench presser. She won this year's nationals,
Yeah.
mega nationals, and the 63. So yeah, she's an incredible lifter. And yeah, and the year after, so that year, sorry, 2023, we came third. Technically second because we equaled Josh Sims' team on points, but they were ahead of us in terms of average dots. And then the year after, do you guys want to talk about that?
We had Hong Fan,
Yep.
Catherine Chakra,
Yep.
Annabelle De Cruz, and John Chan.
Yeah.
So very solid team. We came second that year, last year. And again, it was very, very tight battle. But yeah, really good day for us. And I think that really solidified ESS in the powerlifting community, I think, as like a team to watch out for in future comps. And I think it kind of like definitely puts a target on our back
Yeah.
a little bit this year. So
Yeah, we're getting a lot of like, I think ESS are going to do really well. Like if you listen to the team champs interviews with the coaches, I feel like it's nice to hear that they are thinking of us as like a top team,
Of course.
but definitely puts a lot of pressure on us, and you know we pressure's on.
Yeah, there were a lot of mind games with our team selection as well last year.
Yeah.
We put in
Yeah.
some fake attempts.
Because last year was the first year they've introduced the challenger bracket and the premier bracket, and I think with that whole concept, obviously we have an advantage to be in the premier bracket because we could see the results of the first day.
Yeah.
And also the whole, like, pretty much team champs pretty much happened before the competition even started. Because like with the team nominations, people can just actually change the whole entire team until the date of like the final day, right? And that's what we kind of did. It's pretty much, we sort of like pretended that you guys will represent again, except like Mano's not going to be competing anymore. Hung will be competing. But then Hung was there, and then the other three was like.
And we had put Hung in like the higher weight class as well.
Exactly, yeah.
We didn't disclose John Chan or Annabelle till
And Catherine.
till
Yeah.
pretty much the last nomination change.
Yeah.
So yeah, we definitely played a little bit more of the mind games last year.
And it worked to our favor. Like it worked to our advantage. But I think this year we have a different approach though. How do we feel about our approach this year?
Pretty happy. Like uh, our team right now is our team right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
but
no fake
No
nominations,
fake nominations. You can believe us this time.
no last minute changes.
yeah. So by the time this podcast comes out, so today or tomorrow, I believe, is the last day to change the nominations, and we are holding our position, and we're not gonna change anything. And whatever you see there is what you'll get for team champs. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it won't really affect us really in terms of how the comp's going to run because whatever they do is not really going to affect us, right?
I mean, we could have more challenges within the teams. We don't know. Like at the moment, John Chan is by himself at the moment. We could
Yeah.
talk about our team that we selected this year, but like right now, John Chan will be doing it again, and he is currently by himself. I think no. There's another person, but he's in a challenger bracket. Yeah, so there's only two, but then they could easily change it, and he could have another threat in his weight class, right? So yeah, it can affect us. Yeah.
What are our expectations for this year?
Yeah. I don't know. I think I know, but obviously the best case scenario is to win, right? We've been chipping away every year. First year, third place. Last year, second place. This year, could it be the one?
Yeah.
Right? But I think more than anything, and you can definitely hear other coaches and other teams talk about how they find team champs a good platform to sort of showcase their business, showcase their coaching, showcase the team that they can produce, showcase the level of powerlifting that they can produce, right? And I think we've done a pretty good job already for the last 2 years. I think I'm not sure how many teams have been, maybe apart from TSF. I'm not sure how many teams have had a result where they came, they were part of the podium 2 years in a row. I mean, we've done that. Hopefully we can do that this year as well. So, I think first priority is obviously win the whole thing, right? That's the best case scenario. Second best scenario is to podium. And then third best scenario is maybe maintain a premier bracket.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, definitely on the same page.
Yeah. I mean, no matter what the outcome is, I think I'm going to be very proud of our team anyway. At the end of the day, we also have our goals for themselves, right? Like we can obviously talk about our goal as a team, but it's unfair to sort of not consider their own goals for themselves as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Should we go through our team this year then?
Let's do it. So we have John in the under 66 for men's, and I think for the weight class you said there was one person changed, but I think they pulled that person out.
Did you see it in the challenger bracket or in the premier bracket?
It's all in the same one on the nominations, no?
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe. We don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, well, John has been grinding at it lately. His previous comp injured his pec, unfortunately, so we just sort of sandbag bench just to prioritize health a little bit there. But Yeah, he's been looking really strong lately with his training.
Yeah.
Should I talk about numbers or no?
Too.
I'm not going to talk about numbers. I won't get into too much detail about numbers, but um, like we've been having our eyes on, open nationals, junior nationals, and just looking at where we would sit in the on the national stage.
Mm.
So we've definitely got our eyes on that. We're just looking to really um, just keep building for the time being. John's one of those people that is driven by competition, and so he's sort of fingers crossed that there's more people in his weight class. Which I wouldn't be surprised if after nomination changes happen, more people put themselves in the under 66s because it's such a um, yeah, it's
It's an
3 points.
opportunity right now.
It's 3
Yeah.
points, guys. It's 3 points.
yeah 3 points at the moment.
But just know that you are firing up our boy
exactly,
because he wants that competition. So if you want to be part of his weight class, you're just igniting
yeah,
the fire right now. So
you're doing him a favor.
you're doing him a favor. Come at us.
We'll keep that in.
Is that the real?
Yeah, that's
it.
good.
Put that.
And then we can talk about Carmen.
Yes.
Carmen. So Carmen, if you guys don't know, Carmen was actually the USAPL national champion last year. When we were under USAPL. She totaled 390 kilos that comp. But she's up against very strong competitors this year. So she's up against Uplift's Isabel Macris, Crundle Crew's Jessica Lamb, and then Apex's Lotta. I can't remember her last name.
Langberg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, very strong girls. Lotta benches like 105.
Yep.
So, but I'm pretty confident with Carmen's progress. Her rate of progression for the past month, like a few months, 6 months, have been tremendous. So I think hopefully we can grab some good amount of points, hopefully 6 points if she can. But whatever it is, I think she'll do really well. I know she's also she's very competitive as well, and she's also one of those lifters that could really push herself if she knows she needs to push. So yeah, and fun fact, she's about to get married as well. So she's getting married
Around the same time,
a
right?
week or two after Team Champs.
Oh my gosh.
And I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I don't want to speak on her behalf, but I feel like she's just as excited competing for Team Champs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good on her.
Thank you, Carmen.
Carmen. And then we have Steven.
Yeah.
Steven,
Huge weight class.
huge weight class. And it's a bit of an interesting case with Steven, as you all know. Before he came to us for coaching, he was severely injured, right? Like could barely lift the bar. And I don't know. Like I'm actually interested on your thoughts on my approach with this, because I feel like it's definitely an unorthodox type of approach. Like where I told him, I know it's shit right now. Like he can barely lift a bar but I feel like me sort of telling him that, within a few months, if you really like put in the work and do your due diligence of like rehab and making everything right, I think you can be a good addition to the team for Team Champs. So what are your thoughts on that?
I know that he's a very driven individual. And I think that something like Team Champs is something that can really get him back on track. You know, he's missed out on a lot of competitions because of injuries. And I think this is a good one for him to, get his confidence back. And just, I think for him, like, the result doesn't need to be win his weight class or,
Of course.
even, it's just get on the platform and enjoy
Yeah.
it, and like, not have that fear of failure
Yeah.
again. Yeah.
And he had spoken to me about he has signed up to um, a lot of comps, and he's definitely dropped out at he's definitely dropped. Hang on, how can I say this? He did less comps than how much he dropped out on.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
what am I saying?
So you're trying to say he's dropped down more times than he's competed.
Exactly. Yeah. And like I said before, we've had 2 good years, 2 good runs of team champs. And I feel like we have established a reputation, if you say, you know, people see us as a threat for team champs. And to be honest, there's no pressure on him on getting the most amount of points as possible. And we've reassured him on that. But I do think that he can still be a problem.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So don't slack on the 93. If you're in a 93 kilo weight class, make sure you show up because Steven's right there behind you.
Yeah, don't count us
And
out.
yeah. And then we have Aaron. Aaron Tran.
Aaron Tran.
Aaron Tran's competing in the 83s, which is he's sort of sitting in between weight classes right now, isn't he? 74s
High
and
70s,
83s.
yeah.
Yeah, so he's sitting in between, and he's in this constant battle of, do I cut down? Do I extend the 83s? Long term wise, he wants to obviously become a competitive 83 kilo class. Short term goals, he's still a junior, so he's in that mindset of, I could cause some damage in the 74 kilo class. If I just stay in the 74s until I'm open. But his training has been crazy lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's been dealing with a shoulder niggle. He can still bench, he can still deadlift, he can still squat. Definitely being slowed down by what he's feeling with his shoulder, though. But I still think he's the one to look out for. So, yeah, in his weight class currently right now, he's got Alex Hayes, very experienced coach and lifter himself. In training, I'm pretty sure I've seen Alex pull 300. Consistently competitive throughout the years. Even like during the PA days, he's been to Worlds, he's been to international meets. Yeah. That might be, but the thing is, he is on the challengers bracket, and we are on the premier bracket. So, we have that advantage. Whether, we could just, if he is the top person that we need to look forward to, we can. If Aaron's not feeling 100%, maybe we could just match his result, his total, because we know that Aaron is a lot lighter than him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Alex is cutting down as well, isn't he? From 90?
From 93s, yeah. Or 90. Or 93, sorry.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, this is just speculations. He could still be doing 93s, Alex.
Yes.
Yeah. Could he just put down a fake?
Yeah, because he could either have Bo go down to 83s. Because initially he was on the 83s. And then he decided, because Zin was supposed to is going to Worlds. Yeah. And yeah, so they were down a team, and then Bo will then have to go up, and then he went down to 83. I'm not sure if they're going to switch that or yeah.
But we're very confident in our team, and we're not making any changes.
Yeah.
So what will come will come. We're just going to show up on June 9th. Is it June 9th?
Exactly. Yeah. Excited for that. Now it's going to be a lot of talent at the comp. Who are we looking forward to the most?
Apart from our own.
Apart from our own.
Yep.
Other lifters, other teams. Who are we most excited to see?
I think given is Tony Reinmuth of Apex.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just keen to see what he is going to squat.
Mm.
Yeah, that's one.
I think the 63 kilo has got some pretty strong lifters for the women's.
Is that the one with Twee and
Yeah,
Deuce?
Twee and Deuce.
Yeah.
So that should be a good battle in
Yeah.
the 63s.
Well, their best total is identical.
Mm.
Ooh.
Yeah, their best total is completely identical.
69 kilo women will still be, yeah, one of the most competitive weight class. But like Carmen's in it. But we're not talking about our,
Numbers.
our lifters. Who else? Who else are we looking forward to?
Under 93s, I'm really interested to see how Jansen's going to do.
Yes.
Because Jansen Trin, we haven't seen him competing in a while.
Yeah, very quiet. And Jansen used to be an ESS member.
Yeah.
He used to be part of he used to train at Elemental.
Mm.
So we were seeing a lot of his numbers, we were seeing a lot of his progress. But he's been really quiet on social media lately. So yeah, we miss you, Jansen. Just come say hi to us.
Yeah, can't see you lift.
Yeah. Who else? I think I'm also looking forward to seeing Brian Ong.
Oh, yes.
So Brian Ong actually brought in a team. He is no longer with Crundle Crew. He's formed his own team, and he's also representing his own team. And I also haven't seen him train on social media or compete. So I'm also looking forward to how well he's going to do this year. At the same time, coaching at the same time. But yeah, I'm sure I'm like the 105s. There should be an interesting battle for 105s
I
too.
think it's Tyson with Tim Wang. Those two are the favorites for
Yeah.
that one.
The
but then-
process as well and compound have like lifters.
Right. Nicholas Love from Avia and Gabriel. Oh, so Tim Wang, Gabriel Latouf from Apex, Nicholas Love from Avia, Tyson Andrews from Stronghold, and then Liam Cubbett from Compound. Yeah. So 5 heavy hitters.
Yeah.
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 So that should be pretty interesting to watch.
Yeah. And which teams do you think will do really well this year?
I think Compound is definitely something to look out for. Like, I think majority of the people in that team have competed at a national level. So yeah, we've got our eyes on you, Compound.
Yeah, Jack Dunn, is also won't be there because he'll be at Worlds. So is Victor. So Compound and Uplift will have another coach representing their team. So yeah, interesting to see how the dynamics come about. And yeah, but I'm sure with the amount of talent they have, they're still going to do really, really well. Yeah, so you say Compound?
I think Compound is definitely something to look out for.
Yeah. The challenge bracket and potentially the whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
There's so many good teams this
Yeah.
year.
Who do you think?
I'm looking out for Apex, I think.
Apex, yes. for sure. I mean, Apex came third last year, just behind us.
Mm.
So they are definitely, they have a crazy ass team. So they have Tony,
Yeah.
they have Adwa, they have
Lotta.
Lotta, which is in Carmen's weight class, and they have Gabriel,
Yes.
I believe. So I'm not surprised if, yeah, it's just annoying because, anyway,
Why is it
uh,
annoying? Why is it
nothing,
annoying?
nothing.
It's annoying.
Anyway,
Sorry.
watch out. I think the process is still a team to look out for in the challenges bracket and also the whole thing. I agree with you with Compound. I agree with you with Apex. But you know what? I also think teams like Avia Performance will do really well in terms of like grabbing points of like the midfield, potentially top five. I would say, like who knows.
Right, because they've got Emily Cano, who
Yeah,
is super strong. Yeah.
yeah. I think they have a pretty good average, like well-rounded
Well-rounded team.
team. And who else? Who else? I think those at the top of my head, those are the teams that I think would do really really well. And us.
And us.
And us. We just know it's going to be tight this year
Yeah.
for sure.
But like I said, how do you feel about our goal orientation this year? Best case scenario, win. Second best case scenario, podium. Third best case scenario, maintain our premier bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it.
And as always, be the loudest team in the room.
Oh, you already
Yes.
know.
We're coming up with celebrations as well, like celebration signs to
Yeah.
do after every deadlift. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
You will see. Yeah.
Should we give them a sample?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
what
What was that? Let's go. ESS.
Oh.
ESS. No.
The classic.
Let's cut that.
ESS. ESS.
Let's cut that.
Okay.
Knee sleeves are back on.
Yeah.
And these sleeves are back on.
We're kind of exhausted talking about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was a good discussion for Team Champs. Our expectations, our team, what we think of the whole composition, what we think of our competition. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that one. And yeah.
Yeah, just very quickly as well, we have Winter Showdown happening on August 9th. There are still spots available. It's going to be a very, very fun comp. This whole knee sleeves thing, banning, unbanning, we can't keep up with any of
Yeah.
it. But if it does go ahead, it will be your last chance to compete with stiff sleeves.
Yep.
Okay?
Spots still available.
Spots still available.
Yeah. Anything to say, Coach Vinning?
Stay in your element.
Boom. Boom. I keep pointing there, but it's there.
Yeah.